this hostility amongst ourselves. You, look at me, you are free this morning. Not necessarily to pick and choose who you're going to love. You are free this morning to forgive those who have hurt you. You are free this morning to love the real church instead of waiting to find the ideal church. You are free to literally lay at the cross the burdens of brokenness that you have gone through in the past. You don't have to go through this misery, because it was at Calvary where He literally put to death that same thing, that same division that was eating people around. So when I look at Duke University, I'm all for their desire to bring unity, but all that I'm saying is that stop this nonsense. You have nothing. I don't care how smart and how bright you are. You need the one who put to death what you're trying to tam, what you're trying to manage. Are you following me on this? You need the one that at the cross, He literally created a brand new experience. So when we talk about this issue of reconciliation, when we talk about this issue of bringing to death, it's nothing else but the transfer of someone from one state of being to another. There is no better way for me to talk about this and close our time together this morning. Within the last few days, my father-in-law was able to move from ICU into a rehab. And that's a huge, huge blessing. Everybody with me on this one? Okay, where aneurysms and blood all over the brain took place. And to the place where he was basically done. When there was no hope. To the place where doctors kept on saying, game over. Obviously, God had different plans. It required multiple surgeries. And his body has gone through multiple surgeries. I have lost track of the surgeries and specifically where they were. But listen to me. There were those surgeries that helped him to go from one state of ICU and life support into the place where now he's rehabbing. And now he's gradually bringing movement, eye contact, emotions in his face. Are you tracking on this? When Jesus reconciled the world to Himself, those who trusted Him went from one state into the other. If you are in this place this morning, I am assuming that you do not need life support. I'm assuming that you're able to walk, or at least you were able to drive, at least you were able to get up this morning, and you're here this morning. It will be foolish for you to spend your beautiful Sunday in ICU right now, because you're in a different stage in life. Your body doesn't need the life support, the medication, the IVs, the medical attention, because you are whole again. Some of you, relationally, are still in life support. Some of you have gone through 2014 still dwelling on what happened and how that still hurts. Now some of you right now emotionally are going through the valley of the shadow of death. And my heart goes out to you. But here's the bottom line. You do not have to go alone. You do not have to face your situation by trying to do what Jesus did 2,000 years ago. Look at me. You are not responsible to reconcile relationships. God is responsible. And through you, He can do this reconciliation. This reconciliation begins not necessarily on the restoration of relationships. It begins on the restoration of hearts. And for some of us this morning, we need to pray, first and foremost, that God will restore our heart before you. So whatever is going on in your mind and heart right now, I'm just asking you, come before the Lord and ask for a restoration of who you are. Stop dwelling. Stop indulging. Stop arguing in your mind why you feel the way you feel. Just embrace the reality. 2,000 years ago, He brought these two nations, these two groups of people together. And out of this mixture, out of this craziness, out of this brokenness, without them giving evidence of change, they brought them together. The church of Jesus came into existence, and the gospel continues to move forward. But as you are restored from God and in God and through God, now my invitation is that in your heart, you need to forgive those who have hurt you. This whole regeneration, Paul says in Corinthians that we have been entrusted the ministry of reconciliation. And the ministry of reconciliation is nothing else but you adopting the agenda of Jesus Christ. So for some of you this morning, again, Paul has been brutally honest with us. For some of us this morning, there has been a painful experience. But here's the good news of the gospel. If you have received Jesus, you are not in the same state of being. With me. Act like it. Let's behave like it. We have 3 services. We got multiple groups of people meeting across the campus. Go after them. Meet them. Love them. You have family members at home and far away from home. Go after them like there is no tomorrow. Love them. Embrace them. Because God has done the work. Would you please